Funtown, San Antonio's forgotten neighborhood amusement park. On a sweltering summer evening in San Antonio's south side, you might still smell the faint aroma of popcorn, hear laughter echoing, imagine children's voices calling, "Go-kart, go." Although today the gates are chained and the go-kart track is cracked and empty, the site at 1600 South General McMullen Drive once offered all of that. That address was the home of Funtown, a neighborhood amusement center built in the early 1980s, where community, childhood, and simple fun reigned, the birth of a neighborhood gem. The idea for Funtown arose at a time when entertainment options in San Antonio's outskirts were limited. Families on the south/southwest side often had to travel far to visit amusement parks. Funtown was conceived to bring recreation closer to home. Owned initially by local entrepreneurs, records from that period are incomplete. The park opened with modest beginnings, a small ride pad area, a go-kart track looping around modest curves, bumper cars under a metal canopy, a tilt-a-whirl, and a mini roller coaster designed for younger children. Tiny fiberglass whale or pony ride figures, spinning teacup-style rides, and an arcade hall full of coin-operated games stood beside lush but simply landscaped grounds, trees, mulch, picnic benches. The operator believed in affordability. Party room rental rates were low compared to big chain centers. Concessions were modestly priced. Word of mouth and local advertising at grocery stores, schools, churches spread the news. Here was safe fun, under the Texas sky, without spending a fortune. The attractions and what it was like to be there. If you visited Funtown in its heyday, this is what you might remember. The go-kart track was concrete, about a quarter-mile loop, with gentle turns and guardrails, enough for kids, and brave parents, to race. The mini roller coaster was kiddie-scaled, low height, gentle slopes, appropriate for early thrills without being intimidating. Bumper cars buzzed inside a pavilion with tin roof. When it rained, people would crowd under that roof, waiting, listening to the rain drum, hoping it passed so rides could resume. Tilt-a-whirl spun in the late afternoon sun, children's laughter mixed with the high-pitched hum of the ride motors. Mini golf course, a few holes, some shapes with windmills, others with small water hazards, little fountains, and shaded benches. Friendly competitions, hole-in-one talk. Batting cages for teens, baseball practice, softballs, bats, nets. Arcade full of pinball machines, skee-ball, Pac-Man/Donkey Kong style games. You paid with quarters, glow of screens in twilight. The party rooms were probably plywood and drywall inside, with vinyl tables, decorations rented, and cake and piñata. Parents would decorate with streamers brought from home. Rainy days were tricky. Maintenance workers patched rides, painted fences, tried to keep things safe. Even so, the park sometimes closed early due to storms or when maintenance costs rose. The community and social context. Funtown wasn't just rides. It was part of the social fabric of South Side San Antonio. On weekends, after church on Sunday, families would pile into cars and make the short drive. After school, kids on bicycles might ride over, stay until dusk. Birthdays, church groups, school field trips used Funtown as a gathering spot. During the 1980s, San Antonio was growing fast. Neighborhoods in the South and Southwest were expanding, and middle-class families were seeking local entertainment. Funtown filled a gap, not expensive like big theme parks, not far away like highway-oriented attractions. For many, Funtown was the first place they drove themselves to when old enough, the first place they took a girlfriend or boyfriend, the first place they got a job washing bumper cars or cleaning arcade machines. Signs of decay and closure. Over time, the physical signs of wear became more obvious. The paint peeled from the metal ride supports, rust began at joints. The go-kart motors would sputter, replacement parts got harder to find. Wooden boards rotted or splintered on ride loading platforms. Lights went out in the arcade, the glow dimmed. Public safety codes tightened, insurance costs increased. By around 1990, many locals say Funtown closed, others say some rides lingered open into the later 1990s, maybe only the arcade, or only weekends. When closing finally settled in, everything stood still, the scoreboard stopwatches, the ticket booths, picnic tables. Despite decay, memories remained vivid. In neighborhood Facebook groups, people recalled the cost of arcade tokens, the squeak of ride belts, the smell of funnel cakes. Local reporters collected these memories. Some interviewed the Javier family about what Funtown meant to them. In 2012, Ferdinand and Marilyn Javier tried to breathe new life into the land by converting part of the property into a rehabilitation and pain management facility. That lasted about a year before it, too, closed or transitioned away. By 2019, the property had been listed for sale. Tax appraisal numbers and listing prices were public, raising speculation in the community. Would Funtown ever come back? The new owners and revival vision. In July 2020, the property changed hands. The Cardenas family bought the parcel, announcing a plan, Funtown of San Antonio. Why Funtown still matters. This small amusement center tells a larger story, about growth, community identity, childhood in San Antonio in the 1980s, and how places matter. When big theme parks dominate media, these neighborhood parks are often forgotten, but they shaped thousands of childhoods. For many locals, it was their first job. It was where siblings fought over who got to ride first. It was where friends made memories because it was affordable and close by. Even today, when someone walks by the abandoned entrance or drives past the overgrown track, something stirs. I remember that music. I remember the smell of popcorn. I remember the first time I drove a go-kart. Though time has passed, and nature has reclaimed much of Funtown's physical form, its imprint on memory is strong. With the Cardenas family's efforts, there's a chance not just for restoration of rides, but for restoration of joy, something that matters more than concrete or paint.